game, man. 27-20.
I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, see, I left out of it now. I don't see anything like that. Oh, you in there now. You on green now, big dog. Yeah, I'm broadcasting your motherfucking ass, nope.
I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I get back up.
I think you're gonna need back up.
You better call back up.
Better call back up. Or you're playing back. You better call back up. Let me find somebody. Let me see young find somebody. Yeah, he playing cheese. Guarantee you. Let me hit the ass kick for the third time. What? Shit, you gonna talk about somebody else. Yesterday? 2 or 3 days?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, you couldn't say nothing yesterday.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started.
You want 2 and 2 in a row?
From Cleveland.
I'll give it to him.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Oh, man, I was feeling good. Talking about him
about the 17-yard line.
Talking about his game was off. He was feeling good. He did his game night, man. My motherfucking game off. Game off from day 2, nigga. It'll be a 3rd one in a row. I know you hear me.
Set, 180. Bound to lose one. Up, King. One touch.
First carry for Nick Chubb.
Check 26.
He's got a first down and more past the 30.
Face man.
And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give, this is Chubb. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more past midfield. There he goes left side. And
you like that?
Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. 64 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now Wilson on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Nick Ballore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Carson, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
See about that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
My God.
Wilson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Well, sounds bad. I was playing walk paper beef, man. That motherfucking beef. I lost the game.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Slow down. Good job right there. 53 on the line. Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he always said that.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson being chased out left. He lets it fly for Lockett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they?
Just down a
score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Regular. Slam.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
What you thought you were going to do?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
What you thought you were going to do? What you thought you were going to do?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
180. Come on.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
Oh, shit.
To a first down
Hell no, you don't know who my fuck.
Right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Go. Alert.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Say so.
Big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Check 24, check 24.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
I ain't finished. I ain't tired yet.
33.
I ain't tired yet,
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I ain't tired yet.
Alert, alert. Regular, regular.
I ain't tired yet.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down.
I ain't tired yet.
He'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Say so?
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Yeah.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Throwing, Mayfield. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted.
I thought on my back foot that time.
With a pick. And they're
He
going to
did.
take
He
over
hit to the
right
back.
there at the 22-yard
I thought on my back foot.
line.
I thought on my back foot.
Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going
right there on the
forward
back.
since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Touch 50, touch 50.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And
Oh,
that's
you
going
don't
to
get
be
that.
incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know, but
okay.
September 10th.
Misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do to it? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation,
You said 35, and I said I ain't
sure
going to
his guy
skip
couldn't
that.
hold on to the football.
That's
So I
the
don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm
That's
with
the
you.
heat.
There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Browns drive about to get started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
King. Tighten up. Real.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
No, we good.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
That ain't all we get.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Breaks a tackle.
I know that ain't all we get.
Down hard, but he will have the first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
80 weapon. Rail.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Third and long for Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man.
Oh, shit.
And all the way up to the 47-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Wilson.
Give the ball.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Stop! Oh, no, come on!
Intercepted. My goodness.
There you go to it. Oh, damn! I had that motherfucker.
Back at the closing stages of the first half.
I thought it was in my hand.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk?
No, man, no.
Distance like this at intermission.
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Second and 10.
Wilson steps away.
It's
loose.
Run that motherfucker over.
And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
That was for a loss.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Good. 180. 150. Hey, alert 33. I got you.
On 2nd and 9. Mayfield.
Fuck that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jaron Reed. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take
I said I wasn't going to let him get no damn touchdown. I mean that shit.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
No, man. Look there.
Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Hey, alert. Good.
Now Wilson. Forced down to his left. And he's going to keep it here. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They got enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
On comes the Seahawks kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers.
We're in Windy City.
54 yards away.
We're in Windy City, nigga. We're in Windy City, nigga.
This will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Browns' drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Bam. Knock his ass.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You might whoop my ass.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Mayfield down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
I tell you, I tried that time. I just still trying.
43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
I got you, though.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
But there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Shit, watch the shit. Watch out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, this is by Thema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. Room here to run. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 18.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Hey, alert 33. Regular. Hey, alert 33. No.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line.
Pistol.
Kill, kill, kill.
Run, run, run.
Big Ed, big Ed, big Ed.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, 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 bang.
Now
Bang, bang.
to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down at 8. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice.
La, 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 la.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
La,
But the problem
la,
for them
la, la.
is still within a possession,
La.
so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
La, 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 la.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus
That's the
far.
right
The crowd
hill.
getting into
That's the
it.
right
As
hill.
we come up on a big
That's
third
the right
down.
hill.
A toss play to
That's
Chubb.
the right hill. That's the right hill.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Austin Seibert for the Browns field goal. A 29-yard
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Can that conversion there, buddy. I'll tell you about that right there, right now. I'll tell you that right now, buddy. You can that damn conversion.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, he wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is coming out. You're like, oh, man, I can't throw.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Here go my boy. Here go my boy. Here go my boy.
Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Boys and how.
He's back to throw.
Boys and how.
A crusher
Boys
here
and
as
how.
it's intercepted.
Boys and
Picked
how.
off by Morgan Burnett, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Now, what you was saying?
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11. Probably crashing the line
hurry
here.
up time shit. I didn't give you no time.
Alert!
No. Oh, we gonna earn his ass cut. Earn his ass cut tonight.
They run it again with Chubb.
Earn his ass cut tonight. And his ass cut tonight. I tell you that now.
Down to the 28-yard line. 27 yards
Yeah, that
there.
little son of a bitch fast there. Who that son of a
He's
bitch?
still
That little son of a bitch that know he's
Still
fast.
looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak.
That little son of a bitch fast. Right, I'm gonna tell you right.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss.
Let me have that now. That little son of a bitch
Just
fast.
a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That little son of a bitch fast here. There.
They toss it left side to Chubb.
Yeah, that little son of a bitch fast. That little son of a bitch fast. That I'm
It'll
telling
be
you.
a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. A give running right is Chubb. And
Oh,
he'll
Lord.
lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. As they'll stop
I get this field goal right here. Put everything out of goddamn.
So on fourth down, out trots
out
the
of
kicker
motherfucking reach
in a
there,
big
buddy.
spot here. This to make it a 2-score game.
Nah, I don't miss that. I don't miss nothing like that, buddy.
Kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if
this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Demarius Randall.
Damn, what time? Oh.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory.
I think you better get a different team, though. I really think so.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man,
Young Flame, y'all had y'all little one day wonder. I do what they had your what are talking about, man? I don't know what's going on. I said, yeah. I said, it's Madden, dog. I said, man, some weeks, man, you might be like that.
They can't catch up because they lack the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best as I am. There's no need in keeping it low key. I can carve the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Cleveland. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
Oh, these motherfuckers got them Steelers out here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I ain't going to do no good, bro. I ain't going to do no good. I ain't gonna do no good.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A good run by Chubb on first down as he'll get about 6 yards there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
After I get 6 yards. Daddy better go home. Daddy better go to the store and get a loaf of light bread.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got?
And don't come back no more.
Check.
Daddy went to get some loaf of light bread and never come back. Hey, you remember that shit, dog? Daddy went to get some light bread and never came back no more. See Daddy 15 years later. Daddy got a new fab, new key, everything.
The delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Point it right. 198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Wrap it.
Mayfield.
God damn, Mayfield.
God
damn.
The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now
What
they
the
face a
fuck?
3rd down.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but
That
open enough
motherfucker
that if
throw
you're
that
an NFL
motherfucker.
quarterback,
Yeah.
you got to make that throw, right? That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Stop now.
That'll move
Stop
the
now.
sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Tell me
Well,
stop
that's what's
now.
called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless.
Stop.
I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe
I
in you
say
in case
stop.
we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A run for Nick Chubb.
I say stop now.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now Chubb running right, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down. On the carry, it's Chubb.
Damn, Chubb running slow. He
Hold
tired.
at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the
Chubb
first
must have been
down.
gone that
A
time.
minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. And on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, hey.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Hey, Charlie.
Oh, hey.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger.
Thank you.
He's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. That defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, and let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. When you practice these situations, it's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic and get you scored on again.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far,
working
pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On second and very short, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
Now Chubb.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On the ground, it's Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They run. Chubb.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything in the end result, the short touchdown run. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach... And oh, it's blocked. The Steelers get it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. But he will not be able to bring this
I know you're
back
gonna
to the extra point
He's going to stop. He's going to stop. Look at that. Can't go no more. He can't go no more.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Now Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First down, Steelers.
Getting the ball back.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey,
back to me, like I said.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Roethlisberger now after the pick on the last drive. 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught.
Yeah, he cut that
the passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Big stop, let's go.
Mayfield to throw it. Going back to Landry. This time he's got him complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I forgot to tell you that last time. I seen that weak side.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
You thought you were gone that time.
Okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end McDonald. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I started stopping, but I said, nah.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
What are you going to do from that? What are you going to do?
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Nick Vanette there to make the grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And he's got room. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Hey, alert 33.
Chubb
Damn.
Measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Now Mayfield. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And again, it's Chubb. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. 3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. Here comes an important one now for Austin Seibert. This for a 4th quarter lead. Seibert's kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it.
I
happy
think
to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown?
I will take that, big dog.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take that back.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
53, Mike.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Fucking bullshit.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Nothing long. Hell no. I ain't gonna do it. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. Here we go, bam.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I fucked up.
Hey, dude. 58 right there. Hey, check. Hey, 58's the mic. Well, 58's the mic.
Fucked up.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Good. 180. Hey, that's scared. Check 99.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's got to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they
damn the motherfucker missed his motherfucking block.
Close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt.
Put that motherfucker in there. Put that motherfucker in there.
He has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Come on, let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Rip left, rip left. Jack 16.
Back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Back to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster.
And
taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. He's back to throw. This one complete. Right.
Come on, man.
And he takes his
what
just
the fuck?
Shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
What the fuck?
Let's ready. Like 80.
Number 53.
Show that bench release and go.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback Samuels. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Steelers are going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. He'll look to throw. He takes it across.
What? No.
Taking the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow.
No.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah. What looks like it's going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, I don't mind losing this, though. That's my team.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions,
Number one starter.
gain some yardage.
Number one starter now.
The clock hits 7 seconds left. Decision. Are you a field goal or is it Hail Mary time?
Number one starter
7 seconds down.
Number one starter now.
That you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Run. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, orbit. 55. My time.
Mayfield to
Number one starter.
He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Bravo. Here we go. Mike 55. Real. I'm coming.
Now Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher
two over there. I should
it's
throw the other man.
intercepted. picked up by Steven
Yeah, you got
Nelson.
me.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I threw it to the wrong man. I said with the other side. I said, he got 2 of them.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with the victory.
I will go to you see that, right?
Oftentimes monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. This is caught.
Oh, shit.
And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. So
you got that weird. I got to go right fast. Like, you going to be on for me?
And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
What it was.
You got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked
All right,
in.
bro, take it
it's
easy.
our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division